Elon Musk finally bought Twitter for $44 billion on this Friday. Now, talks of Elon trying to buy Twitter has been going around since January. But why exactly did Elon buy Twitter? Even though he's the richest person on the planet, it's not like he had $50 billion in cash lying around in his bedroom. So why exactly did he buy Twitter? So if you want to know the reasoning behind him buying Twitter, you've come to the right place. This is Spotlight on Elon's buyout of Twitter. So let's start from the beginning, right? Social media in its originality was supposed to be the place where people can have freedom of speech in the broadest spectrum possible. And if you don't like what you see there, you'll always have the button to turn it off. Both Jack Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg used to preach the same thing until 2018. There's even the speech by Mark himself which he gave in 2018 where he said openly that we need to have a broad spectrum of speech. I'm no one to decide what's right or wrong, and I should not decide what you should see or not. Because at the end of the day, all of us are human with different perspectives and opinions. And I think you and me both will agree with that definition of social media by Mark. In 2018, there was also elections for the next president of the United States. And this is where things take a complete 180 turn. So aftermath of Donald Trump winning the 2018 election was that all social media companies basically collapsed, according to the leftists and the media people. You started to see Democrats and members of media started to blame social media for all the bad things in the world. Facebook and Twitter were treated like this amazing platform to share your thoughts until 2018, because until then, the social media companies had allowed things like the Arab Spring to happen, and they were used to support the elections of Barack Obama. There was all this talk in 2012, which you can still find till this date, about how great Obama's team was to use social media and data from Facebook to promote his campaign and win the re-elections. But when Trump used Facebook data with Cambridge Analytica, then social media all of a sudden became very bad. Trump winning the election was a world-shocking event for the left, and they started to put all the blame on social media, because it can't be that Hillary was just a bad candidate or she did a poor job in her campaign. She must have lost because the social media networks have been penetrated by the right and they used it to manipulate everyone's brain. And apparently free speech could be undermined by other people's freedom of speech now. So they started to put pressure on the social media company, and because Facebook and Twitter are public companies, they had to be regulated. And the left side basically asked all the social media platforms to dance on their tune or they get cancelled. And then comes Elon Musk and said that I'm not going to dance on your tune because you guys sound like a bunch of stupid people to me. And he was fed up with the cancellation of people like Alex Jones and Jordan Peterson over Twitter. Elon loved Twitter because he is actually a fun billionaire. I don't understand this thing where people have this perspective of billionaires or any high-level worker being serious all the time and, having this closed personality. I mean, just look at Elon and he's a joy to watch. Anyone who follows Elon knows that he loves to share meme and his random thoughts all over Twitter. But when Twitter started to be so heavily regulated by the left and had this huge double standard about what is right to tweet about and what is wrong to tweet about, Elon got pissed off and he said to himself, well, I am the richest person on the world, so I might just buy another company. And if you're thinking it's too childish of a thing to actually buy out a 44 billion company for this particular reason, you'll be surprised how childish Elon is. Just look at the way he took over Twitter. After buying Twitter, he goes to the headquarters of Twitter with a whole sink in his hands. He walks through the door and records the whole video of him taking a sink to the headquarters, to the literal headquarters. And then he records that video and put it on Twitter. The caption, let that sink in. The very first step of order when he becomes the new boss of Twitter was to fire the current CEO, the current CFO, and the current legal head of Twitter. And apparently he's going to fire about 50 to 70% of all staff all over Twitter, which might be a good thing because get this thing, even though Twitter is kind of a very valuable company in terms of raw profit, Twitter has always been into the bare minimum zone. So obviously if Elon spent $44 billion buying it, he'll need to make up that money some way or the other. And knowing Elon, if one thing we can be sure of, definitely knows how to get his money back. Elon also updated his Twitter profile with his location now being Twitter HQ, and his bio is Chief Twit, which I think it's a funny way to spell Twitter. I don't know. I mean, just go through his recent tweets, it's hilarious. And that was Elon buying Twitter. And that was the video, guys. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button and comment down below if you have any alternative theories about the real reason why Elon bought Twitter. It'll be interesting to read. See you guys. Bye.